This morning I just wanted to share some thoughts I have on oils in general. It's been about 2 years now. My wife, as a reflexology, brought me oils to my office, and I started to see the potential was amazing. I was a little reluctant at first. In my practice, what I see is that most of our issues revolve around congestion. If you think about it, if you have a sinus problem, congestion. If you have bronchitis, you have congestion. You have constipation, you have congestion. And one of the most important things we can do for a patient is try to get their bodies to bring in more energy, take in more energy. I really believe that the medicine cabinet of the future is going to be Chinese herbs, Ayurvedic herbs, essential oils, throw in some homeopathics. It's not to say that the traditional medicine isn't needed, of course it is. But we've gone so far down this path of affecting our environment internally and externally that we have to turn things around. There's a reason why there's been over 100-fold increase in autism, for example. And in my practice, that's the developing brains not developing properly. On the other end of the spectrum, we have neurodegenerative diseases, Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. That's like the aging brain is declining faster. Why is that? It's not just vaccines. Of course, again, in my practice, I've seen at least 2 cases in the last year of documented reactions to vaccines. Aggressive seizures occurring 2 years after a vaccine. We are dealing with a crisis here. I recently had the opportunity to go to the Iron Will Men's Camp. And I went there with the intent to find out what is the background to this company, Young Living. And I've got to tell you, I went in with a little bit of a negative slant, and I came back with unbelievable inspiration. In my career, I've been able to see some amazing speakers. In my last year at University of Toronto, I got to see Charles Best, who is a co-developer or discoverer of insulin, on his 75th birthday. I got to see Linus Pauling on a number of occasions, Nobel Prizes. I got to see Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Speaking. I went to Gary Young and Mary's camp, and I've got to tell you, of all those people, I've never seen a more inspirational person than Gary Young. He's some kind of a cross between Paul Bunyan and Evel Knievel. It was absolutely amazing. But most importantly, there's a higher purpose here. The higher purpose being, let's educate the masses. Let's get people to understand what's going on in the world when it comes to our agricultural environment, when it comes to how we are polluting our kids with too much technology, the technical dementia that's setting in from sticking 2 and 3 and 4-year-olds with iPads and letting them try to decipher things. That's ridiculous. So we got to pull back. We've got to get more natural. And what better way to do it than with oils? The oils impart energy. They have an ability to absorb. One of the latest articles I read this week was how impactful we think of taste buds as being in our tongue. But the scientists now have shown that taste buds are in many different areas of our body. They're in our pancreas, they're in our liver, and that sounds ridiculous, but they are chemoreceptors, chemosensors. And so when we inhale, say, a bitter, it stimulates the receptors that will turn on our antimicrobial effect. In other words, they will create a natural antibiotic effect. When we stimulate the sweet, again, we get back to sugar and how aggressive sugar can be at breaking down our bodies. And it's really sugar that's the new smoking, not sitting. When you stimulate the sweet, you tend to suppress that natural antimicrobial effect. So again, we have another powerful effect here where just the scent of an oil can have an impact to turn on your immune system. Just this morning, my wife let me smell some rosemary, and my God, I had a deja vu flashback to a grandmother almost 50 years ago sitting on a couch. That's how powerful the impact. The scent goes to the amygdala emotional center, your limbic system, your hippocampus, for retrieving memory. I just want to really stress the fact that I think Young Living is definitely moving in the right direction, and I can't be happier than to be part of it. And I hope everybody has a blessed day, and I hope everybody appreciates the one gift.